write their names down that you'd like to learn from them, and then let's start getting the connections for you. You're only 2, 3, 4, 5 connections away from the people that you want to meet, highly likely. Hito, what you got? Let's read it.
Uh, shit. Yeah, first of all, as you just said that to David here, I tried to keep all the negative things as much out of it as I could because I try not to, be that negative guy. I don't want to be that. That's where I came from. That's what I was. And so I tried to keep that out of the whys, but of course that is a big motivator behind the why because you don't want to be that anymore. Um,
I don't disagree with that. Some people are driven more by the fear of that than the gain over here. Whatever's going to feed you.
Okay.
I don't want to be part of the how and get stuck, so
Right.
I'll listen to it. But don't think that that's a bad thing if that's what you want to stay away from. You're either
Right.
running
Yeah, no,
towards or away.
I totally agree. And the how for me is not really, it'll come. It's just, what book am I just reading? I think it was actually, what's Zach's favorite author, Bob Proctor.
Yeah.
And he had something in there saying, if you don't get stuck on the things that you don't want, because that is what you will attract in the long run, if that is your, main thing. And that's super conflicting for me because I do study this daily and I was like, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so where I was going, this is important. So where I was going was the emotion of I don't want that. So super important. You don't just keep stating, yeah.
Right.
Read what you got, I'll stop you if I want to like say, okay, that's enough, and I want to insert, right?
Okay, here goes nothing. Okay. I want to be in a position where I can choose what I do every day. I want to have enough money to buy more time. What I mean by this is I want to have my money working for me, and so I don't have to. Why? Because I don't want to have to worry about the day-to-day struggles. I want to have Bella by my side and not have to see her go to work at weeks at a time for a long time for little money. I want to be able to protect her and spend all the time in the world with her and the people that I love and inspired by. I want to travel and explore the world multiple months out of the year with Bella and the dogs, and don't ever have to leave them if I don't want to. I want to consume the knowledge of the world and appreciate everything it has to offer. Learn from the oldest, the wisest, and the richest people there are. Enjoy the worldly foods everywhere and every day with those that I love and care about. I want to have multiple nice houses. I don't want to have to worry about paying for them. I want to have all the cars that I've always dreamed and fantasized about. I want to have a 60-foot sailing yacht that I can take out on the summer days. I want to live every day like it's my last. Nothing but positivity, love, and freedom. I want this because I was told by many people growing up that normal was already crazy enough. And I probably wasn't going to be anything extraordinary. I always disagree with this. Normal was boring as it could be, and I wanted more. I wanted more than people out there and anywhere else. I didn't want to be told how to live my life and how the expectations to be part of society. I didn't want a 9-to-5 minimum wage, or work myself up the corporate ladder. If I peel back the onion, at the most service level, I want to have immediate satisfaction, like most people, I imagined. Spend time with the people I love and care about, do fun things together, buy nice things, and have nice cars. But if I pull back the layers of the onion, I want to change. I want to be the change that I hope to see in the world. I want to help people. I want to be in a position where people admire and respect me to a degree where I can help them and teach them, guide them to a better future, coach people on how to live a better life and make better decisions. Help people in need with the basic human needs: education, shelter, food, and transport. How to make better decisions in life and how to get better from whatever place they're in. I want to leave the world behind knowing that I did more good than I will ever know, and I would and more love than I ever knew what to do with. This world is becoming more darker and stranger every day, and I hope that I can do something about this and make it better, because most days I don't like what I see.
Okay, a lot there.
Yeah.
I took a bunch of notes, if I can reread some of my notes, but just general comments, Hita. First of all, I didn't find it negative. I would maybe just that last statement try to massage, but I don't didn't find your statement negative in any shape, form, or fashion.
But I tried. I tried not doing
You
that.
worked at it.
Yeah, I worked at it. No, I did. That took me
Okay.
at least an hour and a half this morning.
So I think you sound excited saying it. Let me just give you some ideas how to go to the next level with it, if I can. And Rusty, chime in. You had a lot of want in there. This is just micro. You had a lot of want, so I would just change that to, because you're going to read the statement. So like Dave's not there yet, but you're going to read this. Sounds like I would suggest daily. Let's get rid of want and write it in present tense.
By doing that, how?
Yeah, I have. I choose to have. I'm enjoying. I'm doing it.
Okay.
So that emotionally hit it. I told the last group, sometimes driving into the office, I'll do that. I'll get into that state of what I'm working on, and all of a sudden it's the more I do it, the quicker I can do it.
Okay.
So when you read this over and over again, try to get in the state. You're not just reading it to read it. Just get in the state. Like I'm there right now. So you can feel what it feels like to be there.
That's what I do at night, most nights before I go to sleep.
There's no better time. Yeah. There's no better time. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each one of your lines, so without me singling them out, like because there's a lot of stuff to impact there. I would do two things, same as we did on almost every single person's volunteered. Define it and then why. Sort of like Dave's. Like, I want my money working. Well, what does that mean? Why is that important? What the heck does it mean to have it working? Well, it'd be really cool if I had this, and this going. Sort of like the bucket thing, like Dave alluded to. Okay, define that. And then why is that important? That'd be fun. What does it feel like? How does it make you feel when you say not worry day to day? Like, get in that state. I'll feel like this. It'll affect Bella because of this.
Yeah. I mean, I know the answers, but it's good to have this as feedback.
Well, you have a cool, that's a cool statement. You could really put meat in this now. This would be good. Am I correct in tracking with you? It sounds like one of the really big ones in here, shorter term, is to have Bella home, not working. So
not working is not a priority as long as she's not away.
Okay. So different work or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then define that. What's that going to take? A big driving force, because I know when I met him here and it came out today in the call of Rick Morato, is to get his wife done work, and he's emotional about it, and you know it when you talk to him and how he writes it. So whatever that means for you and Bella, define it, and then why is that important? And then remember the questions I just gave you guys. How will it make me feel? Who else will it affect? How will it make them feel?
Okay, so I got the how would it affect others and how would it make them feel? What did I miss here?
How will it affect those? How will it make you feel? Then how will it affect others and how it make them feel? And then when you've done that, then it's that second level of, okay, well, why is that important? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I took some notes here. I'll definitely work on that. And then I'm also doing the 31-day money makeover. So like a lot of this is entangled with each other, right? Like how much you want to make yearly and how much do you want to make this and that. So this is something that I'm actively working on. Like in my head, it's just, as I just mentioned, Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill. It's just some of the stuff is like, you don't know when in your head you're conflicting. Am I being too focused on not thinking negative that therefore I am thinking negative? Is this too much? Am I like, dude, it's like, I know this is kind of how it goes. I know I'm getting fruit. I'm already getting the fruits from the seeds that I planted months ago. But yet, like it's I know everybody struggles with this. I'm sure that you and Rusty and everybody struggles with that until they reach that point where they know it's paid off. But that's the biggest thing, because there's no framework. There's not like, this is how it should be. Your systems and your systems and mindset and skill set. So those you can all measure.
Let me interject this then too, because I know you're an avid, I know from your nightly text reading, and you're a sponge for that stuff, which is super good. What has worked for me, and I'm just suggesting it in some fashion, you guys can massage this, is once, like, whoever it is, if it's Bob Proctor and Tony Rotten, whoever it is, there's someone and something that they do that resonates a little bit more, like it strikes a different chord with you, all of us. So when you feel that, whenever that is, I chase that instead of keep chasing everyone for mentors, right? I just chase that. I get on that rabbit hole. And then that book might lead to another book and that book, but it's within the same rabbit hole. Instead of trying to, because everybody has a little bit different twist, and you're going to resonate better with someone else than than I would or Nick would. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer. Just follow with your energy, like your gut knows better. You did say, speaking of that, about learning from others. I think you said around the world of what learning from others.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would make a list. You could go on our podcast and make a list. You could go online and make a list, but make a list of your top, you can call it your top 10, your top 20, whatever gets you going, right? Steve Weston used to have like top 100, I think it was. But come up with a top whatever for you. Write their names down that you'd like to learn from them. And then let's start getting the connections for you. You're only 2, 3, 4, 5 connections away from the people that you want to meet, highly likely.
Yeah.
And they'll change your world. So that, I picked up on that one towards the end, just 'cause I know you love that stuff. Write it down.
Hey, I did that when I was considering leaving teaching, right? Chris gave me a bunch of names, and I had conversations with Peter Taunton, his brother. So there's, there was about 4 or 5 that I had connected with that really kind of shifted my mind.
Yep. That's what one of the strengths of the community, guys. There's somewhere in the community, Nick or myself or Zach or somebody knows someone that knows someone that's close to where you want to be. So let's work on that together. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And then let's not lose track. There's a lot of really cool goals in there. So let's not lose track of you had the higher level stuff in there that's really cool.
You want to be on my sailing yacht, don't you, Chris?
Well, if you invite me, I'd be there. Yeah. Yep. Really cool. Good stuff. You guys, were there some nuggets in those 2 whys? These guys were nice enough and vulnerable enough to share. Great job, you guys. That's not easy. Yeah, good work. That's good stuff you went into that.